because I think it's so accepted or normalized drinking that when you say like, oh, I've been drinking for 6 months, people don't maybe necessarily see it as a problem because it's like, well, I'm only having a drink. I'm not doing hard drugs. I'm not, I'm just at my house having a drink and, I'm still having Sunday lunch. Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what people don't realize, as you said, it's a carcinogen. I didn't know that until I heard you on your socials talk about it being a carcinogen and having all these sort of harmful properties. I knew obviously it wasn't good for your health, but I didn't realize it was so dangerous. Especially when you said something about you should only, was it in our podcast?
Yeah.
You said something if you only drink like a glass of wine or something's your limit or like your body can handle.
250 ml of wine over a year is the safe limit.
And you're having
not
3 bottles in a night.
And 3 bottles in a night.
Fuck's sake.
So it's insane.
I'm quite impressed.
But that was like, as I say, that was just me being sophisticated and having a few glasses of wine. That wasn't, the weekend was like, that's when the hard stuff came in, like the vodka and and not, we'd end up on canal boats and all sorts of stuff. And that was it. If we didn't, it was like the hangover. If we didn't wake up on a Sunday morning going, whoa, where the fuck are we? Then it was a wasted weekend,
Well, it's bad you say that because I've just prepped my next solo episode to do, and there's a part in that where I talk about I used to judge my success like within myself or based on how my weekend was. Like if my weekend was wild, then I had a success. Like I'm being successful, and I look back at it now, and it's such a warped way of thinking of my life as being, well, because people like me, and I'm the guy about town, or I'm going to all these parties and I'm having all this fun. And my life's a success, but really it's going down the fucking drain. Yeah. I've got no control of it, but it's mental that you've just said that, and that's how I've also thought about it. Because you always think you're in your own little world sometimes, or you're the only one that feels like this. So it's really like, I know, refreshing just to have someone else sort of speak to you about how they were, and you think, okay, well, then I'm not so mental. Then it's not just me. I'm not the only one.
Well, that's why the meetings and stuff like AA and NA and all that, when I first got sober, that was what really helped me. Was like, there are other absolute wreckheads out there as well. But I knew there was, and I didn't know how. Like loads of friends that I had around that time in Cambridge, they probably did do it a little bit too much, but they had everything locked down. See, I was doing stupid stuff and I could feel everything kind of slipping away from me because I was losing control. And I was just like, why is this happening to me? Why am I not doing it properly? It was like, I was like not as skilled as other people. And it's a weird thing. Like there's a few people and I'm thinking there's definitely some of them that went on and they had kids and stuff and kind of chilled out with it. But there's definitely other ones from that day that I think, well, there's a few that I know definitely have a problem with it, but they haven't sorted it out yet. They're just still out there. And that's the difference, It's not everyone came out of that unscathed, is what I'm saying. But there are a few of them that can still, like if they have a weekend where the kids are away or whatever, they go out and party like the old days. I don't think they enjoy it as much though because we're all old now.
I don't think you can when you get a bit older.
Yeah.
First of all, your body in the morning. As you get older, I never did, to be honest. Well, I did, but I just didn't listen again. It's the hangover, it's the fear of the hangover. It's the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're in it and you're in it proper, like you're saying, you're drinking every day or the same sort of days, the same excess drinking, then your body gets used to it, your mind gets used to it. The days just become one. But when you start sort of, like you say, choosing your weekends out or your nights out, then you start to think, okay, I know how I'm going to feel in the morning and I don't want to feel like that. So most people probably listen to that. People like myself and you, we probably don't listen to that so much. I'll deal with that in the morning. I mean, I remember sometimes, waking in the morning and puking or being sick and, and then I'm sort of looking in the bowl and I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, this is killing myself. I mean, my body's telling me, Cameron, like this isn't good for you, but I'm just not listening to it. And then, this might go out the same day. I puked in the morning, felt like shit, had a brekkie, and then I'm back down the pub.
Yeah.
I'll drink through it.